to a Trent, because that's an interesting one that we need to watch out for. Joining us to decode this is Jignanshu Gore, analyst at Bernstein. Jignanshu, good afternoon and welcome to NDTV Profit. What is your read in terms of the first cut that the numbers have come in? Because clearly the stock has been under pressure. Valuations are absolutely steep. What is your read?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me, Mahima. Trent, hello. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Hiral, but anyways, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, my bad. My apologies. So Trent reported their standalone revenue went up by around 37% to 4,500 crores for this year, for this quarter, with the EBITDA growth slightly lesser at around 34.5%. The SSSG, I think, was the biggest sort of negative surprise for the company, which is why they missed their guidance or missed the analyst estimates. Their SSSGs were in single digits, whereas given the festive season, I think the expectation was for them to deliver a double-digit SSSG. However, having said this, I think the longer-term story for Trent does not go away. I think it's a miss by 1 or 2 percentage points on revenue and by half a percentage point on margin. Margin miss largely seems to be right now due to depreciation and amortization costs, which are due to the store additions which they have done in this quarter, which have not matured fully. I think the positive surprise was on the square feet addition for Zudio, which was almost 700,000 square feet in this quarter, as well as the 14 West Side stores that they opened. Right. So it's broadly in line with slight negative tinge. Longer term story in my view still remains.
Jignanshu, Mahima also joining in now. My first question to you is, you said that same-store sales growth was in single digits. Do you think that this has been impacted because of Zudio sales going down? Because the peers which are present in tier 2, tier 3 cities, though on a smaller scale like V-Mart, V2 Retail, Vishal Mega Mart have done extremely well this quarter. Do you think that competition is playing out and kind of impacting sales for Zudio?
So I think the reason is more their own strategy than competition. So what Zudio has done in this quarter and even in the previous quarter is followed a strategy of densification, where they've added stores in the same cities and they've added stores in the same pin codes. What this means is it puts a little bit of pressure on SSSG, whereas most of the competition, in my view, competition is not as critical because one, they are slightly different price points that Zudio has versus competition. And from our understanding, it was West Side which was, I think, struggling more on SSSGs than Zudio. I think what's going to be very interesting, Mahima, is to see how they change their approach of both densification and increasing the size of the Zudio stores to add more categories. So because that will support the longer term per square feet revenue growth, but in the short term, as the larger stores take longer to stabilize, will be impacting their SSSG. But you're right, expectation was higher.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Just one last quick question. Since you mentioned that they'll now be moving towards larger formats, they've said that they'll upgrade smaller stores to larger stores, and they'll also focus on overall upgradation of these stores. Do you think that margins will be impacted in the near term till this transition takes place, and hence the capex will go up for the company?
Marginally, yes, and that is one of the reasons why the margins have been impacted by around 50 basis points. The capex will also slightly go up, but I don't think Trent should have capex related or cash flow related challenges since they are a cash generating company. But yes, you're right. While it's medium to longer term positive, having larger stores, because more operating leverage.
Right, Jignanshu, we are running short of time, but a quick question. Would you lower your estimates and target post these numbers? Because 8,100 was your top.
Yes. We are looking into that. Very early to comment on that right now.
Okay, but hopefully, I think from what you say, your tone sounds that there would be a downtick in terms of target price. We will wait for that note to come in quickly.